I'm hoping that you're joining me live. If not, that you catch me on the replay. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun fold card. It's a bottom fold, Z fold card, and it's pretty cool. It stands up very nicely. There's only a little bit of area here to write in, but I think it's really cute. So I'm using the Happy Hedgehogs bundle. It's a stamp set and it has a coordinating punch, so you can punch out the little guy and then the top. I've seen some people do this top part by embossing it, which I thought was cool. We're just going to use the bottom part, and there's actually an eye that you can punch out too. Pretty cool. And I'm also using the Sunshine and Rainbows designer series paper for the background. I love those clouds. I think they're so cute. This is such fun paper, and this is a Sale-a-bration item. I wasn't expecting a call right now. So anyway, this is really fun paper. It's got some bright, bold patterns and colors, and I really love it. So this is Sale-a-bration. Right now, we're finishing up our winter mini catalog, and the new mini catalog comes out, it's January through June, and it launches on January 4th, and along with it we have January and February Sale-a-bration. So when you spend in the US 50 or 100 on your products, you can get a free product from here, and that's what this paper is. So I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what you could purchase. So if you purchase the bundle, and this is $32.25, and we are using some blends, so you can add on 2 packs of blends, and you get in each combo pack, you get a light and a dark. So say you wanted 2 packs, those are $9 each. That'll get you to $50.25, and then you can pick this for free. Pretty easy, pretty good if you like this, or you could pick another free item. I also wanted to show you that yesterday I had this on my blog, and I'm using the little bird is from this set. So I thought it was really cute, and this is a great, if you have never seen this, this is the annual catalog. It's a great embossing folder. It has thanks in multiple languages, and there's also hello, so you get 2 folders. And I really love it, and I love it with this balmy blue color. And then just one more thing before we get into our project. I am offering a card class to go January, and the theme is Valentine's Day, so you can get kits. You make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each, and you can have all your Valentine cards done. So you can email me, Patty@pspapercrafts.com, to sign up. You can look at my blog and see the details of, you know, what you can get. All right, let's get into the card. So I got this idea from my upline, Wendy, Wendy Cranford, and she sent me this card, and I just thought it was so cute. Now, I didn't add this. This you have to be very smart about where it lies, because it will show through here. And I could have done that with the mushroom, but I decided I would just have it flat right here. So I thought this hedgehog was so adorable, and this paper is so fun. Let's get started with it. Let me just put my stuff away. I have all my pieces cut, and the main part is cutting the pieces. I will have all the sizes for this, the measurements, on my blog, pspapercrafts.com, so you can go there to check it out. The first thing we want to do is get a half a sheet. This is Bermuda Bay, so this is 8.5 by 5.5. Is that right? Yes. I always get the 11 and the 8.5 confused. So we're going to take this, and we're going to take our trimmer, and we're going to do some scoring. So I'm going to take my cutting blade and push it up, and I love our trimmer because you can score and cut. And we are going to do our normal 4 1/4 and score it there. And then we're going to come down and score again at 2 1/8. So that's half of the 4 1/4. So we've got 2 1/8. And we're going to score that there. Okay, and then we have another piece of Bermuda Bay, and we're going to score it the same exact places. So we're going to do 4 1/4, and this is 2 inches wide. And then we're going to do 2 1/8. So that's 2 1/4. We want to back it up to 2 1/8. Okay, I'm trying to be so exact here. So those are the pieces for kind of the base of our card. So we'll fold this in half, and then we'll fold this back. And let's get our bone folder just to make sure it's nice and burnished. So I started doing this earlier today. I've been doing my lives at 4, and I decided that it was too late in the day, and the lighting, I use sunlight for my lives, for my pictures, for everything. So I just thought, let's see, this seems wrong. It goes this way. So this is how our card base. So the rest of it is really stamping and layering, and I have all my pieces. So we have our cloud piece that goes in the background, and then we have our front cloud piece. And then I think these are kind of little clouds, so we'll put all those pieces together, but let's first do our little hedgehog. So when you use these punches, you want to see how you're going to feed it in, so that you're punching it, you're feeding it in the right way. You don't want to feed it in or stamp it and you can't feed it in easily. So just a little thing to keep in mind. So here's my hedgehog. I think he's the cutest little thing. I think it's so funny, the animals that, you know, are popular now, like a sloth. I mean, when I was a kid, who ever heard of a sloth? And outside of the Bible, you see that a lot in the Bible. But, you know, hedgehogs, they just weren't things you really thought about or knew about or saw as stuffed animals. So it's kind of funny. So that is early espresso ink. Typically when I'm using my stamping blends, I'm using Memento ink. But I decided that because stamping blends are alcohol based, and if you're using it with the water-based ink, our normal stamp pads, sometimes it can kind of blur. So I'm going to be very careful with this because I really wanted him to be the brown. So I'm just going to color him, and I'm using kind of the bullet point. There's a bullet and a, you know, more thick, like a flare end, but I want to make sure I stay in my lines. I didn't color his eye, and I'm just going to go around and color him in. And I love coloring with our blends. They really just go on so smoothly. You don't see any lines. So it's really nice. And we'll go right down his legs. So I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. I had a very quiet one. Usually I'm up in New York, and I stayed in Florida. You probably have heard that if you follow me at all. So I missed my family, but I'll tell you, my kids, they have COVID. My kids, my grandkids. So, so I'm coloring in here, and I just want to give a little color to it. I've got the dark from the early espresso, and this is just going to fill it in. So yeah, so my grandkids are sick. They got it at daycare, and my son tested negative. My son-in-law is positive, so I kind of am glad I didn't go up because they're all sick, and I'm sure I would have gotten sick and brought it back to my mom, who's 90, and I didn't need to do that. So it was probably a good plan to be home this year. But I did miss everybody. I was up there at Thanksgiving, so that was okay. And then his little ear I'm going to do in Petal Pink. I just wanted to give a little bit of other color to it. So this is dark Petal Pink. And I'm just going to color in the ear. And then we'll punch him out. So easy, right? And you could fussy cut them, but I think the punch is nice because it really gives you all the, like, kind of, it looks scalloped, but it's really the ridges for all his little hair or needles or whatever they are up there. So I'm just going to line it up and punch it out. Now I could, again, do another one, you know, and actually stamp him again and just cut out the top, maybe a different color, but I liked the way this came out, so I'm sticking with it. And then I want to do this flower, this little tree, I guess, and we'll do this in the black memento. And just going to ink it up. And I cut this with the Stitch So Sweetly. I think it's the second size up. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I like this, and then the scalloped contours, and I like shape dies that you can use for labels and just for focal pieces. So we've got that all inked up, and let me just get a scrap of paper because I'm going to go off this a little bit. And we'll just, I'm going to go, I don't want the grass in it, so I'm going below the scalloped. And you can actually put a butterfly on this as well, which I thought of, but I thought it might be too much. But there's this cute little butterfly as well. And actually, let's stamp our mushroom. So these pieces, they're almost the same size. So there is a horizontal, it's hard to tell, but it's 1 3/4 and 1 7/8. So you have to make sure you get it the right way. So let's stamp him, and then we'll do our coloring. I said stamp him as a mushroom, a him. I think I always say that, him or her or whatever. So let's get these colored in. I used for the flowers light Bermuda Bay because I wanted it to coordinate with my card base. But you can use any color. And I'm with that blunt end again. I'm just doing, this looks dark. Is it dark? No, it's light. It looks a little dark to me. So we'll just color this in. And does anyone have any New Year's plans? I don't really do anything on New Year's. I think we're getting Chinese food and just staying home. Maybe we'll watch a movie. I do want to go out and see that movie, West Side Story. I love that movie, the original. I heard it didn't have good reviews, but I don't really follow the reviews because my ideas and the reviewers' ideas aren't always the same. So I think we might see the movie, have Chinese, and not really go out. So let's get this done, and then I'm going to do, there's these little buds. Did I get them all? Yep. So now let's do Dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to dot the centers, just very, very quickly. Just a little dot, dot, dot here. Okay. And then I'm using light Granny Apple Green. And I chose this color because the Bermuda Bay is a bright and Granny Apple Green is a bright color. So we have color groups. We have subtles and brights and regals and neutrals. So usually those colors will all coordinate very nicely together. And you can use your regular Stampin' Write markers if you don't have the blends, because it is small areas that we're coloring here. So we'll get all these leaves done. I love Granny Apple Green. It's such a bright and fun color. So I'm just kind of even just dotting it. They're so small. And if you ever go out of the lines, there is a color lifter that you can use to remove color. And it's really helpful for shading, like if you wanted to do some shading in an area, you can lift color. I think in this one I did the dark Granny Apple Green, but I'm sticking with the light all the way through for the trunk. I don't know if it looks like a plant, I guess. I mean, it goes into the ground. It's very delicate. And then let's do our mushrooms. So let me get that Granny Apple Green again, and we're going to just do the little bit of grass. And there is a little grass stamp as well if you wanted to add more grass here. And I love this. It's so nice. It's so nice of you to be so nice. And that's what I used on the inside of this other card, which I thought was great for a thanks card. And I used the same thing but colored it in yellow. And then the other one is finding a friend is the best discovery of all. So this is just a fun set. It's cute. I love the mushroom and the bird and of course the hedgehogs. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I'm doing a light crumb cake. I'm trying to think of the word. And I'm just going to go around here, and you could do these dots in an orange. I stuck with the Bermuda Bay, so we didn't have too many colors in this. Or a yellow. You could do the Daffodil Delight. But I kind of wanted it to all coordinate together. So there we go. And I'm going to do the little trunk part. So I think these are just fun images. And we'll do dark. And this is why it's so nice to have the combo pack. You get both colors. So we'll do the dark for this underneath part of the mushroom. There we go. We're almost done coloring, and then I did the light on the Bermuda Bay. There we go. Dot, dot, dot. And then we're done with all of our stamping. So now we just have to put things together. And I am going to use my liquid glue so I can get everything lined up nicely. So I'll just go, isn't that pretty too? The back of this with the little rainbows. I have done some rainbow cards as well. So that rainbow paper is really pretty, and it does coordinate with the stamp set that's in the new mini catalog. So here we go, we'll get that in. So now we just really put it together and have a second card done. So there's some great stuff in this new catalog. If you don't have a catalog, with the new one coming out with the Sale-a-bration, you can email me. Do I have a piece for up there? Yes, it's hiding. Patty at pspapercrafts.com. Send me your address, your physical address, and I will send you the catalog with the Sale-a-bration brochure. And you can see all the good stuff. I will, on January 4th, I will have it up on my blog as well, so you can see a digital copy. You know, you can look at the PDF online, and you could print it out, but I wouldn't print it out. It's a lot of color, a lot of ink. But you can look at it to see what's out there and get ideas until you get your catalog. Okay, so we're getting our pieces together. Let's make sure I am gluing it the right way. Okay, so we want to get these little pieces. So these almost look like clouds to me. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be. And I love the stripe on the background. And we just want to kind of line it up so that this is lined up with this. It's not all crooked or anything. And that's why I like the liquid glue, because it gives you that little bit of time to get it where you want it. Okay, and this last piece. All right, and let's put our mushroom down. And you can swap these. You can put the mushroom in here, but I just thought when it sits open a little bit, I don't know that you'd want to see your handwriting. See, just kind of, so I thought the handwriting would be better in here. Now Wendy, when she made hers, she just wrote on here, but I thought that might be a bit much with those clouds. So you can do it the way you want. So let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. Yep. Because they are so close, the height and the length. All right. So here we have it. Let's put, I'm trying to think if I want to put this, yeah, I guess I want to put this down first. So I am going to put glue on this part, the back. And we want to make sure this is nice and secure. And we want to have it lined up right in that corner. Okay. And then we want to close this down and fold this over. And we only want glue down here. So I'm going to put the glue right on here. If you get it, you know, too far over, you're not going to be able to open your card. So here we have our Z-fold, bottom Z-fold. And then we want to put this here. So we only want to put some glue kind of here and here. And the glue is strong, so you don't have to have the full area covered. And you could always sneak some glue dots behind it if you didn't go high enough up there. And then lastly, we want to put our little hedgehog on. And what I did was I used a couple of dimensionals, and I only put them on his head, or the top part, you know, like here. So I put one here and one here. And his kind of back is hanging off, but I think that's okay, because I want him to pop up. So he's smelling that little leaf, and there you have it. Pretty easy. I think they're both really cute, and I like trying different folds, and I love that it stands up. I mean, you can't see it like this, but you know, if somebody were to have it on their shelf or you know, cabinet or something like that, you could easily see it, and you could just write a little note there. Say hi, I love you, or miss you, or whatever. But thanks so much for joining, and if you want to get the measurements for this, go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com. You can get the online catalog starting January 4th. You can email me for a catalog, and you can always shop for products there. So there's a shop now or a shop here button, and you can just, it'll take you right to my online store. Thanks so much for joining. You have a good day. Bye.